Silver dropped $14 in a single day, and I thought buying silver the next morning would finally feel like getting a good deal. Ouch, I was wrong. Instead, this dealer said he was charging $7 over spot for generic silver rounds and $9 over spot for silver eagles because, well, according to him, he was trying to protect himself from the wild swings happening. I don't know about all that, but I do know that I walked away from that conversation feeling more confused than ever. I mean, I thought silver stacking was supposed to be the hedge against all these inflation issues, and now I don't see how regular people like me are even supposed to understand what is happening anymore. One day, silver feels completely out of reach. Then the price crashes, but somehow the coins still feel expensive anyway. I keep hearing people say silver is on sale now, but at the same time, the premiums are still so high that it barely feels like a sale at all. Then I start wondering if these giant swings are just becoming the normal way silver moves now. The hardest thing for me is trying to understand how fast everybody's mood changes around silver. Just days ago, people were acting like silver could only go higher, and now suddenly everybody sounds nervous and cautious again. This dealer said he does not trust the market right now, and that is why he is keeping his prices high even after the drop. Hearing that made me feel even more uncertain because if local dealers are nervous, then how is somebody like me supposed to feel calm about putting money into this? I work a regular job. I am not some market expert who understands every moving piece that affects the silver price. And I have been hearing people talking about upcoming reports this week and interest rates and government debt. All that starts, after a while, it all starts blending together in my head until it just feels overwhelming. Sometimes I feel like silver stacking slowly turns regular people into nervous wrecks because there is always another thing everybody says could impact the price tomorrow. I think one of the strangest things is watching silver collapse so quickly and still not feeling confident enough to buy. You would think a $14 drop would make buying silver feel easy. Instead, it almost creates more fear because it makes me wonder what happens if it drops another $10 after I buy. And another part of my brain says, maybe this is the opportunity everybody waits for, and I will regret not buying. It's completely ridiculous to say, but I feel trapped between fear of buying and fear of missing out at the exact same time. I know some people watching this probably feel completely relaxed during price swings like this, but I do not understand how they stay so calm. My mind keeps jumping from one possibility to another every single day. And it becomes exhausting, constantly trying to figure out whether silver is cheap or expensive when the market changes its mind every few hours. The dealer also said something that stayed in my head. He said that after huge crashes like this, dealers sometimes keep premiums elevated because they are worried prices could bounce violently in either direction. And hearing that made me realize local coin shops are trying to survive these swings too. I think a lot of silver stackers imagine dealers are completely protected no matter what happens, but it sounds like they are nervous right now too. That actually made me feel a little less alone because it showed me even people who work around silver every day still seem unsure about where things are going next. And at the same time, it also made me more anxious because if experienced dealers are protecting themselves, maybe that means these price swings are even more serious than I first thought. Sometimes I wonder if silver has become too volatile for regular working people to handle. And yeah, I've been hearing people talk about all the scheduled reports and meetings coming up over the next few weeks. That could move silver again. There are inflation reports, jobs numbers, government meetings, and they are giant storms sitting on the horizon, waiting to shake the market around again. I try listening to people discuss these things, but most of the time it just leaves me more confused than before. Look, one person says weak reports could push silver higher. Another person says strong reports could hurt silver prices again. Then somebody else says the dollar matters more than anything else. After a while, I just feel mentally drained trying to follow all of it. Still, I can't stop paying attention because I know every big move affects the value of the silver people worked so hard to buy. That is the part nobody really prepares you for when you first get into silver stacking. People show beautiful coins and giant stacks of silver bars, but they rarely talk about the constant uncertainty hanging over everything. They don't talk enough about the strange feeling of putting your savings into something that can suddenly drop $14 in one day. I think regular people like me enter silver stacking because we want stability and protection, but sometimes the market itself feels unstable in ways that are difficult to process emotionally. One day, silver makes me feel hopeful about the future. The next day, it makes me feel foolish for even trying to understand it. I know markets always move around, but these giant swings start making every decision feel heavier than it should. I also keep thinking about how quickly public opinion changes when silver crashes. During the run toward $90, people sounded excited and aggressive about buying more, but the second silver collapsed, the conversations completely changed. Suddenly, people started talking about waiting on the sidelines or being cautious or protecting cash. Watching sentiment flip that fast makes me nervous because it reminds me how emotional the silver market really is underneath all the numbers and charts. People act confident during rallies and frightened during crashes, and I can feel myself getting pulled back and forth along with everybody else. Then, I catch myself wondering whether most silver stackers secretly feel uncertain all the time but just hide it better than I do.